Well, hey, Internet peeps, I'm back. So let's talk more about my accident that happened and the next step after I received a careless ticket, which was like mind boggling that I received it, but the cop said, hey, we didn't witness it. We're just going to give you both careless tickets and let the courts figure it out. And unfortunately, I've heard that before from officers. So I wasn't that shocked, but it amazes me that still, even with dash cam footage, that's what they did. So my court date was like a month and a half away, I believe. I am all prepared. I have my video footage on an SD card and my phone, two different methods that I could provide whoever I talk to footage or show them on my phone, which I didn't think I would actually be able to show anyone, but just in case, you never know what type of person you get. So you go down to the El Paso County District Court in Colorado Springs, and pretty much you wait. It's a waiting game. But you get there early. Make sure you get there early. And to get free parking, you have to park like 5 blocks south, which is annoying that it's that far you have to go before there's no meters. You park there, and then you got to deal with crossing all this lighted pedestrian crosswalks to get all the way to the courthouse. You get there, unless you just want to pay the meter, but then you have to feed the meter, which means you might have to go back out. If you leave the courthouse during, say, they call your name, well, that's okay. You come back in, your folder just went from they just called you to now it's out the bottom. So you don't want that unless you have all day to spend at the courthouse. So you want to stay there. You don't want to take bathroom breaks at all. So make sure you're prepared. They say no cell phone use, but everyone's on their phone. I think it's okay. Just turn your ringer off. Common sense. But you'll go in. You'll have to go through the metal detectors. That's how it works probably in every courthouse, pretty much anywhere nowadays. And because it's a big courthouse, they do have people there to search you and look at everything, and you run everything through an x-ray like at an airport, and all that good stuff, and you walk through a metal detector, and it's not that bad. You're in real quick. The thing is, when you walk in, there is like a screen on the wall to your right. You'll see after you get reorganized with your belt back on, and if you have a hat or whatever, once you're back together, there is a screen. It will cycle through, and eventually, I didn't see a rhyme or reason how it was doing it other than alphabetical, but how it was cycling through seemed random. But it will show your docket in where you're at, where you need to go. I actually found it much easier to walk to your left. You go left, and there's an information desk, and there was a lady there, and I just said, hey, I'm here for this. Where do I need to go? And then she said, go down that way, hang on left. It'd be down there, it's room, blah, blah, blah. That was actually a lot easier than trying. I was like standing there staring at the silly screen forever, like, because it's just cycling through. They need more screens because they have that much caseload to go through because they handle everything there. It's not just traffic court. So you go down, and just to save you some time, but re-look it up, please. Don't just trust, because this video will get old. But you'll go through the metal detector, you'll hang right, then you'll hang a left down a long hallway. You get to the end of that hallway. I don't know the room number, but it's left right there. You walk in. There's like a little line thing. I never got there where there was a line. I suppose you could and have to wait. But there'll be girls. You'll go up. What are you here for? And that's where you can check. And A, you're checking in. B, you're making sure you're in the right spot. Hey, is this where I'm supposed to be? Have your paper with you. That makes it even easier. Oh, okay, hey, yeah, just go have a seat. They'll call you. The first time you go, it will be go have a seat, and they will play a video for you. So then you'll get called up on the next video, like, hey, if you haven't seen the video, please come here. You'll go into this room. You'll watch a video. It's basically, I guess, telling you about your rights, what you can do. You can, have a jury trial. You can pay, which will cost a small fee, and this and that. Just tells you, I guess, what you can do if you want to not talk to somebody, I guess. I mean, I don't know. It's pretty boring. After that, you go back out that room, you sit, and you wait to be called. Who knows when that's going to be? They go through the folders. So, they get through the folders, they call your name, you stand up, you go shake the person's hand, and no, I don't know what level these attorneys are. They seem kind of on the university level, like this might be an internship, I'm guessing. I mean, they're all young. It seems like that's what they're doing. They're there on an internship, and they're just going to offer you a plea deal. You go into this room, and they will open up your folder. Hey, Mark, yeah, we see you have a good driving record. What we usually do in this case, our standard thing in this case, because you have a good driving record, is offering you $200 fine and 1 year probation. I looked at him, I said, I have video evidence here. He didn't care. I didn't think he would. But, you take your stuff just in case. You never know. And I go, I guess I will do a trial. He goes, okay. Go take it. Stood up, shook hands. Go sit over there. The clerk will call you. Okay. So I go sit there. Eventually they call me. I go up, and she goes, well, it will be a pre-trial, and we'll be scheduling that, and that is going to be in a month. Oh, okay. Sign this. Please put your phone number, because time of the year we might have to call you and say court is canceled or whatever the case might be. So I put down my cell phone number, and they were like, have a good day. That's it. Here's your piece of paper with all the information. Have a good day. And then you just leave. Kind of gimmicky, really. So the plea deal, $200 and a year probation. And he did mention something like, oh, well, we could pay a higher fine and less, or blah, blah, blah. I don't know. He wasn't a good speaker. He stuttered a lot. I'm not a good speaker, as you can see. I'm not necessarily the best speaker either, but I'm not stuttering. It seemed like he was brand new to this, and it's like every time I've been in there in the past, and I'm talking about past like 10 plus years ago, my first speeding ticket, it was the same procedure, and they just want you in and out. I wish I would have taken that further, because the next step is where you're now escalating it. So now I'm set up for a pre-trial in a month. So, okay. So I come home, shelf my stuff, forget about it. It gets about a couple days out, I start rehashing, what happened, what I need to talk about, what I need to point out in the videos, make sure my videos are on my phone precisely in the order I want, and take off all pictures and stuff so I can be like, this video, hey, look, he's crossing double yellow. This video, hey, look, this is the impact, blah, blah. You can see him hitting his brakes. He was not making a left-hand turn at all, if that's going to be his argument. And third video, I know he complained about my driving prior. This is what I have, and I'm driving just fine. And please note, the officer corrupted my SD card, so this is all I have. And the other thing was going to be like, I don't know who you're going to call in. Mr. Mitchell is going to obviously say I did something wrong, which he said at the scene, which I have proof I did not. He also contradicted himself many times to the officer, to the point of the officer telling him to just be quiet. Otherwise, he could get in more trouble, because he kept changing his story. The officers also had body cameras, and I know they were filming. I know they were filming each of us when we were talking. They tried to film my phone. He said that probably wouldn't turn out, but the officer did try to take video off my phone. That method, I was like, I know that's not going to work. But anyways, the officer had body cam footage, so I'm sure I would have asked for that if I needed to go further, and would have gotten that, and then that would have made it even worse. The cops didn't witness anything. There's no other witnesses. So what are you going to do? How are you going to say I am careless? The only thing I could think of is in my video, in my whole long normal play video, I do slightly cross the double yellow line. I come back over to the right. I haven't shared that with you yet. Then Mr. Mitchell passes on the double yellow. very bad optics. Don't ever stare into that mirror and get sidetracked of where you're at, and cross over and not. The officer saw that, but they were like, that doesn't really matter, or why, I mean, Mr. Mitchell still can't cross the double yellow line, and he still can't cause a wreck by rapidly braking and trying to purposely hit me the first time, try to sideswipe me as he comes in, and next, which leads me to believe he caused the wreck on purpose because he already tried to attempt a wreck, just prior to me rear-ending him. So I don't know what the DA would, what their case would be and how they would handle that, but that was pretty much my argument. And unfortunately, I go in. You go to the same room, you wait. And it's later in the day. It's 1:30 versus in the morning versus like 9 in the morning or 8 in the morning, whatever it is. The first time, second time was 1:30 later because you're doing a pre-trial. You're meeting with the DA. Well, I guess my case wasn't even worthy of the DA. Some girl eventually picks up my folder and goes, and there's not as many people in there either, so it's nice. It's nice, it's quiet, it's not as many people, easier to hear things. A lady eventually calls me. I go up, which was weird. I offer to kind of shake hands, but she never put her hand out. Awkward. I don't know, maybe germaphobe or something. Don't want to touch people's hands all day long. But anyways, she goes, well, the officer reviewed your case, reviewed the footage, and we don't have a case. We don't think we could win at court. So the officer's recommendation and our recommendation is we dismiss this case and save you time. Save me time? You just made me come back a second time. If I had a normal job, that means I just lost 2 days of work to come back. And if I was a sucker and took that first plea deal of $200 and a year probation, I would have been a sucker. I would have been out $200 and I would have had the risk of, man, imagine getting a speeding ticket in month 11, and then now you get all the previous points plus possibly the new points, unless the judge is lenient and is like, yeah, okay. I mean, you're too late. So don't, if you know you have a strong case, do not take that first deal. No, you will have a pretrial date. I still heard people offering the same deals. There was a guy for DUI who walked in the room, and of course they leave the door open. You can hear if you have decent hearing, and they're like, well, I think we're going to offer you the same deal for this DUI as we did last time. And then he was hemming and hawing. Should I get a lawyer or what do I do? That's then what you have to ponder. So don't take that first deal if you have time. Now you got to weigh stuff in life, right? You got to, hey, how much am I missing from work? The hassle of going down there. Maybe you don't get somebody as nice. Those are all factors into going to court. And then that's what happens. But if you can play it out, you can go again, a good chance they're going to offer you something. They don't want to take that. They don't want to take a case that's iffy to court. They don't want to waste the judge's time, the court's time, calling in jurors if you ask for a juror trial. Unless you ask for a trial by judge, you can do that. They try to scare you with the fee for having a jury trial. And I think that's in the video you watch beforehand. It's like, oh, it's $25. I'm laughing like $25. Like, I mean, I guess there's people that just don't have that. They'd be like, I don't have 25. But I mean, anyone with a decent job or a decent life can pay for the jury trial. And that's your right. Now, you have to weigh whether you want a jury trial or not. I don't think it would ever get that far, honestly. Even if I went past this pre-trial meeting, which just turned into like, it's dismissed because we don't have anything. If I would have continued on to the trial date, the DA would have probably offered me something just so I don't come in. Would have probably been like, hey, this is what I'm willing to offer. Let's just get this done. And I could have settled it. I mean, that's how lawyers work. They're just playing the same game, but they're doing it for you. Now, if I were hired a lawyer to do this, because my wife hired a lawyer during her wreck, and it was like $1,200, $1,500. I don't think he actually did squat. You know, she would have had the same outcome. In fact, her outcome was pretty dang stiff considering she wasn't even at fault. She got rear-ended and pushed into somebody. And she still got a careless. So they'll write you in Colorado Springs area, El Paso County at least, they'll write you a careless ticket like it's nothing. Seems that's kind of standard. Like, we didn't witness it, careless, let's go to court. So you might just want to hold off on the lawyer, because you can get a lawyer at some point. Now, they'll try to scare you in that video like, oh, if you wait too long to get a lawyer, you could pass up your opportunity. You could pass up your right. No, you never pass up your right. You could get a lawyer the day of your trial. If you wanted. That would be silly. But you could get a lawyer. Let's say you waited a week before the trial day. You get a lawyer. He's going to call on that trial, the case, to be postponed while he can research it up. They'll postpone things. Don't let them scare you. It's all a scare tactic to get your money. That's what they want. So yeah, I'm a little mad that the cop wrote me a ticket that I ended up getting thrown out because there's nothing there. It's just how the system works. It's sad, but that's how it works. Guys, thanks for watching. Please like, subscribe, and check out my other videos. And yes, there's going to be a continuation of this. Have a good one.